Hi, I'm Mary Kitchen for Red Carpet Diary at the Visa Screening Room at the Toronto International Film Festival. Tonight, September 12th, is the world premiere of Richard Roxburgh's Romulus, My Father. We spoke to the director earlier today at the Windsor Arms Hotel.
My sister sent me the book 8 years ago now, and I read it in one sitting and just called her the next day and said, I'm turning this into a film. And the writer of the book was really determined that it never be turned into a book. And so that began a very long and complex sort of dance of trust. I did fly to London eventually and meet him, against his wishes. He had some very valid concerns. It's a very personal, exposed story of his family. It was a meditation on a relationship between a father and son that was complex. It was very complex and it was a painful relationship, but it evolved and it prevailed through time, and I loved that. I loved the way that it was about the way that we shift over time, and our relationships need to shift, and sometimes along the way we get busted and torn to pieces. Eric just suddenly struck us out of the blue as a kind of fantastic idea because he has a great expressivity on screen and fantastic intensity he had to convey in quietude, and because these people are not demonstrative, they're certainly not emotionally demonstrative. The casting of Cody was just dumb luck. I mean, we just had to find somebody and get lucky who was a 9-year-old boy who had this kind of emotional magnitude and an adult understanding of that world, but still had a kind of fragility that made your heart leap.
It's me. It's me.
In directing Romulus, I was exposed to the terrible, brutal other side of
The ways of the...
the horror of the sort of daily round of stresses that attend film directing. It always interested me that there always seemed to be these actors, really wonderful actors, who directed one film in their lives. Charles Lawton onwards, and people like Gary Oldman and all these people who I really admire enormously. And I'd always thought, why did they only direct one? Now I understand.
And here on the red carpet at the Visa Screening Room, we spoke with the lead actor of Romulus, My Father, the star of Troy and Black Hawk Down, Eric Bana.
Oh, look, it was a story that it rang very true for me. My parents are migrants and both from Europe and moved to Australia under pretty harsh conditions, and I really related to the characters in the story, and it's a really amazing true story. It's an enduring tale.
And working with Richard, knowing that he is an actor, did that help you? Did that make it harder, easier?
Well, it was quite nerve-wracking because he is one of my favourite actors in Australia, and he's delivered some amazing performances and directs a lot of theatre. So I was intimidated at first, but we had a great time together.